Hi, it's Jack. I'm here at the bench today with Jack Two's twin sister Charlotte for my first bench chat with Jack. Who are you and who are you grieving?
My name is Charlotte Lorentzen, and I'm grieving my twin brother, Jack Lorentzen.
Tell me a little bit about Jack.
So, Jack's my best friend since the day we were born on October 26th. I was lucky enough to spend 30 years of my life with him, 30 birthdays together, and, he truly was my best friend. He was someone that, we got along so well, and we had so many friends together, and, we grew up going to the same schools, and, he was my best friend. He was just someone that brought so much like light to this world and happiness, and he was like the funniest person I know.
What is something you'd tell someone who's newly grieving?
I would say that it takes time, and like for us, like I feel like we're still navigating this. um every day is different, I would definitely say. you know Even every hour can be different. You can feel triggered by something sad. It could be a smell, it could be a old memory, it could be a song. um so I would say to not be hard on yourself, and I feel like that's something that we're still navigating. Like
Yeah.
each day can be different, and like you might wake up and feel okay with your grief, and then by the afternoon you're crying a lot. So I would just say knowing that it can come and go in waves is something that really hit home for me when people were describing their grief.
What was the most surprising thing about grief or grieving for you?
I would say that everyone's journey in it is kind of unique and different. And like I feel like I carry my grief kind of to myself a little bit more. Like I'm comfortable talking about it with you and my family and my friends and my parents, but like I feel like I put on a tough exterior. So, some people might, be much more outward and open about their grief. I'm like, not that I'm not, but I think the way that each person uniquely navigates how to handle their grief is so interesting, and there's not really like a playbook on how to handle grief. So I found that to be kind of tough to navigate, and I still find it tough, right? Like there's no one who's like, this is the steps to go through it. It's something that I just feel like, we're still trying to figure out every day. And that I found to be surprising, just because, so many people have lost loved ones, and but because it's all different, it's not easy to always navigate.
What do you miss most about Jack?
Ugh,
Sorry.
it's okay. I would say there's so much. Um, you know, First and foremost, his laugh, it was contagious. His big hugs, that's one that I'm sure we both can agree on.
Yes.
Um, like I would say just having him there, he was someone that I could rely on for so much of my life. And, being able to call him about things that are like exciting, or being able to talk through advice with him, even just going out with our friends, like looking around the room and wanting him to be there. I think that's tough. And another thing is, things in the future. That's a big thing with grief that you don't realize. Like,
Yeah.
you think about all the memories that you have with this person, and it's more so like we're also going to be grieving like major events in life that he won't be a part of.
Right.
So those are some things where, running through my mind as I'm thinking about all the 100 things I miss about him.
Yeah.
Those really hit home for me.
When is the time that your grief hit you when you least expected it to?
For me, I would say it's like when I hear certain songs and music. Um, Music was such a big part of Jack's life, and brought his energy up, and he was the guy that loved to find new songs and share new songs. So for the first year that he had passed, I wasn't really able to listen to those songs that we would listen to together, or that he would share with me, just because it reminded me too much of him. And now I would say like they bring me more comfort in this next year, I guess. But those are the times where, like, you know, you hear a lyric like that Laurel song,
Yeah.
that is something that, you know, can really like trigger the feeling of grief and like heavy hearted.
Any parting thoughts or final words for anyone who's grieving?
I would say just to reiterate, like not being hard on yourself. That's something that I feel like you and I navigate, and knowing that, you know, you have to let the emotions come out. And for us, you know, talking through it, texting you, calling your loved ones and your family, that those that you can rely on to talk about it, you know, those who might be experiencing similar emotions to you. That's the best way that I get through it when I'm, you know, wanting to let it out and cry it out. And I'm just so lucky I have you, and I'm so happy that, you know, we have each other through this, as well as, you know, my fiance and my family and our close friends that are also grieving with us.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you too, Jack.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for doing that.